I'm a nice guy. I'm Mr.
Enfield,
Nice.
you might have heard of an endgame mode whispered with a mix of reverence and pure dread.
Damn.
Contingency contract. While most events in the original Arknights game are about farming materials or following a story, contingency contract, or CC, is different. It is the definitive endgame experience. A tactical sandbox where a game doesn't just ask you to beat a level, it asks you to choose exactly how you want to get crushed. And with the announcement of contingency contract coming to Arknights Enfield sometime in the near future, I wanted to make a video explaining what it is, comparing it to other similar modes in other games you might be familiar with, and explaining what it is, comparing it.
Is that Genshin? Wait, Genshin has a multiplier stage? What the fuck is that? Oh, it's an event. Oh, okay.
To other similar modes
Oh,
in
the
other
how
games
the
you might
fuck
be
did
familiar
Genshin
with,
have a
and how I
customizable
think they will
difficulty
implement
stage?
it in Enfield. So
back
today,
in those
let's
days, back in
break
those
down
days.
the mechanics of contingency contract, the risks involved, and why this mode is considered the ultimate end
If I made the same joke, I'll be cancelled.
game in all of Gacha. With that being said, my name is Ryuuku-Sensei, and this is Contingency Contract Explained. At its core, CC is built on customizable difficulty. Unlike a standard hard mode with fixed stats, CC uses contracts, which are modifiers that you assign before the mission begins. Essentially, you choose specific debuffs for yourself and buffs for the enemies to fine-tune the challenge.
I just realized, bro's mic is floating. Bro, Mr. Magic, bro, his little wire doesn't even exist. It just floats there as like a ball. Whoa.
First, I should say that Arknights has been out for
It's
6
an
years
art
now,
unit, I
and
see.
Contingency Contract has evolved over time. In the initial version, the debuffs were called contracts, and they had a contingency level. Get it? Now they're simply referred to as risks, each carrying a specific score. The higher the score, the more punishing the modifier. Some are minor inconveniences like enemies moving slightly faster or being a bit tankier, stuff like that. Other risks are similar in nature but escalate the threat with higher percentages. But at the highest tiers, things get ridiculous. We're talking 150% extra HP or 80% extra attack for all the enemies, often paired with other handicaps that slash your own unit's stats in half. The total score is the sum of every risk that you pick. For the main map of the event, the gold standard is reaching a triple S rank, which requires a score of over 600.
Actually, you just need 120 hidden MMR.
Reaching this earns you the seasonal rewards and those prestigious trimmed medals if you clear certain conditions. While some push even further, hitting scores of 880, which is frankly insane. I actually joked that if you beat the highest level risk in CC, people will be bowing at your feet like a living god. I mean, I was exaggerating, but not by much. It is that hard. A CC season typically lasts about 2 weeks and is split between 2 different areas. First is the permanent test site. This map stays open for the full length of the event. Then there are also the rotating sites with different layouts, enemies, etc., for which you have to think of completely different team comps and strategies to clear. Different maps open up at different times throughout the event, and all with their own extra risks to add to the difficulty. But CC isn't just about buffs and debuffs, it's also about challenges and handicaps called missions. Such missions include clearing stages with no ranged characters, or having more than 4 defenders, 4 healers in a team, stuff like that. There are also missions for completing the stage with certain set risks and clearing other certain achievements, among other things too. And here is why...
Mr. 1%, did you know people will shame you if you don't get a rainbow badge in 1 week? I have no fucking idea what the hell is a rainbow badge,
CC
but
is
okay.
actually the healthiest part of the Arknights meta. It is the ultimate showcase for low rarity characters. I just recently made a video about how important low rarity characters are in Gacha, and no other game is a better example than Arknights, where even its hardest mode can be cleared with low rarity characters, if you're skilled enough. And since CC costs 0 sanity, like 0 stamina, you can play over and over and experiment with different team comps to test these budget units. You can fail 8,000 times. You just go in there, tweak your timings, and eventually you'll find a clear that no whale account could. Similar modes have been in other games too, such as Domain of Deceit in Genshin back in 1.5 and 2.3. Wuthering Waves also had a similar mode with Virtual Crisis, which drew inspiration from PGR's Babel Tower, which was also likely inspired by the original CC in Arknights. I think. Don't quote me on that. These modes are very similar, but they are also significantly easier as they allow you to use trial characters or add buffs to deal significantly more damage, whereas in Contingency Contract, there are no buffs, no trial characters, nothing. Just you, your team, and your skill alone. There have been buffs in the past, but whenever you use those, your risk level would go down to 0 and you couldn't collect any rewards. Speaking of rewards though, all the main rewards can be obtained with low risk and achieved with low rarity characters, making it more accessible for casuals and new players alike. Again, if you're good enough. But like I said before, there really is no benefit to clearing with max risk except bragging rights. And those bragging rights will be deserved, just so we're all clear. So how do I think they will implement Contingency Contract in
the
Arknight's
anomaly
Enfield, though?
zero
I think it'll be a
cycle.
similar thing where you go to an
I
instance
see.
and choose a set of buffs for the enemies and debuffs for you and your team, and then you have to clear the stage or stages with the easier risks first to unlock the more difficult ones later. That's pretty much par for the course and pretty basic, but where I think they can make it more challenging is by adding in extra handicaps such as limiting which characters you can use. No physical, no cryo characters, for example. Or maybe you have to clear the stage with just 3, 2, or even just 1 single operator. Other things they could do is make certain sections of the floor inflict status ailments like damage over time or freezing your character in place if you're stood there for too long. All of these things have been in Contingency Contract in the original Arknights, so it really does depend on how far they're willing to go with this.
Well, I just want to say, the entire time, I don't think Ryuuku-Sensei has broke off eye contact. He has been staring in the camera. Like, bro, it's a little bit crazy. Like, he actually just kept staring the entire
One thing I hope that they avoid is
Holy.
adding a timer. Like, we already see enough clear under 4 minutes DPS checks in other gachas. Contingency Contract is and always should be about strategy trumping raw power. It'll make you feel like you're banging your head against a wall sometimes, but once that wall crumbles, it's one of the best feelings out there. I want them to keep it grounded in its
No, I
roots.
can't do that, guys. I'm too shy, guys. If I stare at y'all, I feel shy.
Testing the player's skill, not the player's wallet. So personally, besides the timer, I hope they don't hold back and throw absolutely everything at us. But if they don't this time, then I wouldn't worry too much. Just like the original CC evolved over time, they can always improve to be one of the best endgame modes in any gacha. One other thing I'm really looking forward to is banger music, because CC is famous for having fantastic lobby OSTs. Like, nothing to do with the gameplay mode itself, I just wanted to throw that out there. This video wasn't meant to explain all of the ins and outs of CC, just more of a general explanation and what we can expect to see. So if there are any hardcore Arknights players out there thinking, well, you missed this or you missed that, yeah, don't worry, I know. But I would like you to write in what I missed in the comments to give people new to CC even more information. But on that note, I'm actually curious what you guys are hoping to see from CC in Enfield. Do you disagree with me about adding the timer? Let me know what you're looking forward to down in the comment section below.
Okay, wait. The OG Arknights have a timer. I just assume you have to, right? No. But there's gotta be an end, no? Because Arknights is like a tower defense game, right? So it's like by waves. So they'll come by waves and waves and waves. So wouldn't that signal like, once you clear out everything, is that done? Oh, you can use stall characters. Oh, so you don't have to kill the enemies as fast as possible. Because, okay, the way I see it is, if you don't kill them, they'll just keep coming, and eventually you'll lose. Right? Because the waves won't stop for you. Right? Like, you can't just, like, pause a wave, and then, like, clear that wave, and then let in the next wave, right? Like, the waves have a timer to come at you, right? Like, okay, this is 30 seconds wave 1, and 30 seconds later is wave 2, and 30 seconds is wave 3. So there is like fixed, right? There is a limit to the number of enemies. Some character can spawn a cat that can taunt. Okay, it's not how it works. The mobs are the timer. You can store the enemy for as long as you want. Okay, so if let's say there's wave 1, I just intentionally store them for 10 minutes. Is that okay? Like, is that theoretically possible? Is that possible? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Are you supposed to do that? Because that sounds really fucking bastard. Because, okay, to my understanding for like tower defense is that you generate resources over time, right? So why don't you just store, and then like you just generate your energy, you generate your money, you generate everything, and you can deploy more operators. For maximum difficulty, yes, you can, but you won't finish until the last enemy is defeated. There's a clear spanning 1 hour, so you have to store. Bro, that sounds a little bit long.
So until next time, I will see you in the next video.
God damn, bruh. You have cooled your last cool, my man.